guys.
Like, went to bed, and they're roosting up in the top asleep, and he's sleeping in the bottom.
You know what I mean? If Uguay wants to sleep with the chickens, let him.
I opened the door and looked at him, and he picked up his head and looked over at me, and then kind of leaned back down, and I was like, oh. Hey, the chickens all
Okay. Well, nobody's on right now, but hello. It's Odd Thomas. I slept. I went to work at, like, what is it, still today? Yeah. Earlier today, like, I went to work at like 3:30 in the morning, and I had to walk there, and I didn't sleep last night after I got off last night's live. So I slept all day after I got off work, and now I'm on here, and tomorrow I'm going to be chopping wood. And I'll probably just go live doing that because it's gonna be a chore. So I might as well just lay my phone up, and show you guys my process, which is just using a chainsaw to cut it up into bits, and then I carry it back to my house and then chop it with a freaking maul. I could get quite a few hours that way, because it'll take some time. Welcome to the chat, whoever you are. It's probably Courtney. He doesn't usually. I am so tired. Happy early 4th, says James. He just sent a text message.
Happy 4th of July, James. You're open. Hey, look, I got a text message.
I am so tired. I don't know why I slept all day, y'all. It was just... I didn't sleep last night. After the live, I just left. Ew. Yeah, I am pretty ugly. You're right about that. That's fair. Smoking's bad, too. Why do I smoke? Because I used to drink and do drugs, and now I just smoke cigarettes. So, hey, Jake. Welcome, everybody, to the chat. I didn't sleep much last night after last night's chat because I had to be at work at like 3:30. I had to walk there, and then whenever I got off work, I went right to fucking bed, woke up, going live now. And then tomorrow I'm going to be cutting down a eucalyptus tree, and I'm going to go live and probably do that for a couple hours. It'll be during the day tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Oh, thank you. Oh, I guess a little better. You know what I mean? Yeah, so comparatively, I will stop smoking one day. I will try. One day there will be cancer, and then it'll scare me, and, it'll probably be too late by that point, but you're right. I should stop smoking.
Well,
but how would I get my rustic, beautiful voice? Boy. Yeah. No.
That'd be cool to go bungee jumping.
I would like to go bungee jumping. That would be cool.
My God.
Well, here, give me a second. I'll look up your channel real quick, and I'll go ahead and give you a subscribe. I don't mind subscribing to the people that view me and stuff. It's kind of like a I help you, you help me situation. Jesus, is that you? No. Thomas. Doubting Thomas here. Close. Not even close. Not even close. The babies are all on the bed, being cuties, kittening up. Oh goodness, I am so tired. Hi, Jake. I don't know who Jake is, but hi. Somehow has like a little crown next to his name for some reason.
Yeah, he's getting experience too sometimes.
It's captions, and I don't know why there's caption or like I don't know. But... Oh well, thank you. Yeah, we're just I'm just chilling. I just woke the fuck up because I work at a food place. I'm a manager, and I had to open. And right after I was done with work and did the deposit, I just came home and took my ass straight to bed. Woke up at like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I should go live. And here we are. Apparently, our tortoise decided to scoot his fat ass into the chicken coop and fall asleep. So that's cool.
He's gonna sleep in there tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone's asleep. He can let himself back out in the morning and let the chickens out.
Yep. You can open the door for him.
Hi, Jake. Hello. Yes.
Sorry. Smoking's bad for you. Don't do it. It causes throat polyps and lung cancer and low birth weight and stuff like that. Not good for you.
Oh, look, I got a crown.
You did get a crown.
Well, you definitely shouldn't smoke at 10. You definitely shouldn't smoke at 30.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't smoke at 50.
You shouldn't smoke at any point in your life, like at all. Smoking is bad.
You said they're kidding.
I started smoking cigarettes at 18 because I started drinking around that point. But I started smoking weed when I was like 12, 8. Don't really remember. My father was kind of a piece of shit, and he let me and my brother and just pretty much do whatever we wanted because he didn't really want us. And I don't know if you guys know the story, but my father gave the drugs to my twin brother that killed him, and then proceeded to be the one that decided to pull the plug at the hospital whenever he was on life support. So, you know, there's a long, long story to go with how long I've been, you know, a drug abusing piece of crap, I guess. But I am 4 years sober now, so that's good. You know. Woo. No, it is an accomplishment. It's good. I belittle that too much. I went through a long journey in my life to try to become a better person, a better father, a better husband, and you know, it's definitely been a struggle, but here we are.
So you might be gay. That's offensive.
So you might be gay. No.
In fact, he's so not gay. We have 2 children.
I'm so not gay. I have 2 children.
Which age does he weigh first? He's 19's question.
He's 19. Yeah. Yes, I do have kids. 2 kids, and I have 4 cats, 3 dogs, a tortoise, 4 chickens, 5 chickens, and a leopard gecko, and a partridge in a pear tree. And apparently my wife has decided to become like frickin' fae or some freaking Nordic goddess for some reason because she has collected a murder of crows just by feeding one, and now they all follow her around town. So
They do. They like the car. They're gonna have to learn the new car.
Yeah. Yoda, what's up? Welcome.
Hey, Yoda.
Yeah, they like the car. They're gonna have to learn the new car because, well,
I'll just see if we get it.
yeah. Our old car crapped out, so we're gonna get a new car. Wow, lesbian. Oh no. Yeah.
I'll pull it out and drag it right in front of me. There you go. It's not broken.
Hey, thanks. You have a good night, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Do I play any video games? If so, what? GTA 5, God of War. I used to. I don't really play video games too much anymore. Whenever I did, I played like, what was it? The last games I played were like BioShock, Left 4 Dead 2 before I played like GTA 5 and God of War Ragnarok and all those other games. I did do a little PC gaming, played some Ark and some stuff like that too. So, yeah. I am so tired. Hey, nice talking to you too. Hey, I gotta find something to actually talk about. I'm gonna hit this vape. Weed usually gives me imagination. Imagination. Hi, babe.
Are you alive?
Yes, I am live.
Okay.
Love you. My daughter came in. She's like, "Are you live?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Okay, bye." Your problem is worse than I thought. What? I have epilepsy and I do medical marijuana. I'm in Ohio, so I guess it's bad. Goodbye. Said hi. Jake, I don't know who you are. I'm blind because I don't have my glasses, but
Jake, we've even said hi, like
everybody else has said hi too. It's weird, but goodbye, I guess. Jake, have a good night.
I don't know how many times you need to be recognized before you change what you're saying. Just say something different, man.
Guys, look at my shoulder. I don't know if you can see this, but carrying that fucking log on that video really fucked my shoulder up like 6 ways to Sunday. That was a heavy ass log. Yeah, short that I posted, it was like the Kratos telling a story to Atreus or whatever. I carried a heavy ass log so that I could fucking, like, you know, be the old man that carried wood for his village or whatever. Fucking bruised the shit out of my shoulder. It's bruised. It's just bruised. I don't know if the lighting's good enough to like show what it is, but it's just bruised. Fucking got the little noodle arms trying to carry 120, 150 pound fucking log on my scrawny ass arms. I got the little noodle arms. The little noodle arms. They're falling apart. Yeah. Well, I guess, it'll make me stronger because the only way you can get stronger is by carrying heavier shit, eating properly, hydrating, and resting. So I got the resting part down today. Hydrating, not so much, but Courtney feeds me good, so. Huh? I cannot hear you. Don't buy a Buick. We're not buying a Buick. We're white. That was a racist statement, but Buicks, I love you. Oh, it's a Buick SUV? I guess that's white enough. That was a fucked up statement. It's like, we can't buy a Buick. We're white. That's an Oldsmobile.
It's Buick.
It's a Buick Oldsmobile.
Buick Encore.
Encore. Okay.
Premium all-wheel drive.
Premium. Okay. All right.
90,000 miles.
90,000. All right. We might get ourselves a Buick then.
My phone, not you.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry. Well, I was saying that.
Oh, I like the trunk space.
I was saying that for their benefit.
Look at that dump truck on that.
It's actually pretty nice.
Nice.
It's
Look at this cat. He's just walking over her shoulder just to get over to me. What a dick. He literally just used her as a freaking bridge. Hi, buddy. What's up? What do you want?
He was not getting the attention.
He was not getting the attention he wanted. Hi, buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's all up in my business. All up in my business. Hi. Hi. You not getting enough love, my little dove? Oh, what a cutie pie. He just like crawled over his mom and just like said, fuck you, mom, I'm coming to dad because he'll give me pets. He'll give me the attention. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. What? He's like, I'm not showing my face on camera, Dad. You lost your mom. Oh, kitty face. Kitty face. Now he's abandoned me. Abandoned.
I'm sorry.
You don't love me anymore.
Clearly, you're showing me what it'd be like if you
Right. I've been playing baseball since I was 2, and I haven't stopped yet. Yeah, I'm still weak. Hey, buddy. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I ran track. I did a little bit of this and that in school, but I was never really too athletic until I hit my late 20s, and then I started trying to exercise, do calisthenics and stuff, and gymnastics, and stop biting your butt. I'm gonna put a sweater on you. Puppy's biting her butt. Sorry. See, you better start biting your butt, yo bitch. Yo bitch. Yo bitch. Hi. Hi. Say hi to Lola. She's being a cootie patootie and old. She's 16 years old. And now Mavis is jealous because she's getting attention. Oh my goodness. Hi. Oh my, there's Stella. And here's Gunther, because he can't have that I was petting somebody else. God, no, I was petting somebody else.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me petting somebody else besides him? I'm just a terrible human being. Hi. Hi. You just can't stand anyone else getting love, can you? Our animals are brats. I love them. Hi. Hi. What do you want from me? What is it that you want from me? What is it that you want from me? My little kitty on. You keep getting in fights with Batman, don't you? You quit getting in fights with Batman so much. Hi. Oh no, my legs have disappeared. Oh my god, you are a mad kitty. A madman. An absolute unit of a cat. What are you doing with your life? What do you want from me? I love you so much. Hi. This guy. He is going crazy. Like I got catnip on me or something. I don't, by the way. I don't. Freaking crazy. What do you want? What do you want from me, Miss Dry Boogies? Little Kittler. Little Kittler. Hi. Alright. Ooh. Things I do 84 said bye, y'all. He's leaving the chat. I'm not aware. But yeah, you have a wonderful evening. It was nice talking to you. And yeah, we're just gonna be sitting here chilling. Freaking Gunther's being a little attention whore right now. So, you know, that's probably gonna be what's going on until he finds somebody else to pour attention off of. You are not going to rub your face on my phone. I love you. Stop what you are doing. Stop what you are doing. Stop what you are doing. I love you. Stop it. Stop whatever it is you are doing. I love you. Our little Kittler. Little Kittler. Our little Kittler. I love you so much, buddy. I don't know where all this frisky loving came from, but it's come out of nowhere. Hi. Was I asleep too long? Did you think I died? Mm. I love you too. I love you too, buddy. Such a cutie. Yeah. Such a cutie patootie. Did you just lick my foot, Mavis? Why did you lick my foot? Hey, you, I'm talking to you.
Those are fake words.
Hi, buddy. He's just being cute right now. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I'm leaving him alone. He deserves it, I guess. Such a cute. Such a cute. That's you. You see your face? You see your face, buddy? That's you. That's you. Yeah, that's you. Can you recognize yourself, or you just see another cat in a picture? I love you, mister. You're such a cutie. You're such a cutie. Made it back. Well, welcome back, my friend. We're just sitting here petting little Kittler. Little Kittler's sitting here just demanding attention, so he's getting it. Frickin' completely content. Just getting his head scritches. Little Kittler. My buddy. I love you too. Oh my goodness, what is up with you? What is up with you? Why are you so frisky? Why are you so frisky? I love him. Yeah, I love you. You're a cutie. You're a cutie patootie. Alright. I love you. You gotta go somewhere else because you're all up in my business. I'm trying to be live and talk to people. Okay? Okay. Alright. Go and get. Yeah. Love you. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Leave me alone. He was coming back for more. I was like, no. You have a mom too. She's over there. Go get love from your mother. Oh my good golly gosh. I gotta tell you though, my shoulder feels like shit. I think I did bruise the hell out of it whenever I tried to carry that log. I was not built for that log. But I carried it anyway. So. That log wasn't built for me. Got a toothache. Quit biting your butt.
Hey.
I'm gonna put a sweater on you, puppy. I'm gonna put a puppy sweater on you so you can stop biting your butt. Damn it.
I know you.
Little Stella over there in her bed just freaking grumping at me because I told her to stop biting her butt. How dare. You know, sometimes I think that these freaking comments like freaking like stop and then turn back on. Like, I don't know. Or like lags or something. A lot of lagging. Strawberry cough. Got it from Michigan. It's nice. Tasty. I don't really smoke that much weed. I've had this freaking cart for like a month now. I don't really go through that much weed. My wife, on the other hand, she goes through like one of these a week. Hi, Oak. How's it going? Yeah, I'm calling her a pothead because she is a pothead. She is the potheadiest of all potheads that I've ever had the pleasure of smoking pot with. Once we get our new car, whichever one she finally decides to pick, we're going to take my happy ass over to the dispensary and get me some honey. Because I like putting that in my tea. It helps calm down my nervous system. I like vapes and stuff, but I smoke cigarettes, and it's hard to hit the vape enough times to actually, get a decent weed buzz, I guess, whatever you would call it, buzz. Oh yeah, she is the stonerest of all stoners. Who'd have thunk? She's pretty chill though. Like at first, you know what's funny? She used to be like a goody two shoes in like high school or whatever, and I wanted to smoke weed with her for the first time, and instead she smoked with her friend Katie, and I was like, "You betrayed me."
he's even lying because we called him and asked him where he was, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just not doing anything at the mall." And we went straight to the mall. Not even 10 minutes later, and his ass left.
Yeah.
So it's his fault.
Yeah, it's my fault that the first time Courtney smoked weed, she wasn't smoking with me. She was literally trying to find me with her friends so that we could smoke weed together. And I was at the mall, and she texted me or called me and was like, "Hey, where are you at?" I was like, "I'm at the mall." And they're like, "Oh, I'm on my way." And I proceed to walk away from the mall.
Oh, okay.
Back then, that was like what was it? Sprint, an old Sprint phone. It was a piece of shit, so I didn't get their message until I was like way gone. I did corrupt her. Corruption. It's all my fault. Oh no, she's not bad. For really, she's a good girl. It was me that made her bad. Remember that fucking movie? Slither? That was a fucked up movie. It was like a horror movie called Slither or whatever, and at the end of the that was We Are Who We Are Who We Are. It was the cannibal movie. Yeah, it was the fucking cannibal movie about the family of cannibals. We are who we are. We are what we are. Something like that. It was a fucked up movie. It was a good movie, but it was fucked up. Yeah, like this old dude, like this dude is like a cannibal, and his kids are like a cannibal family, and the mom dies, and then the oldest daughter like tries to leave the crazy cannibal family and find a boyfriend, and the father proceeds to kill them and then feed the dead boyfriend to the family with poison in it because he realizes that the cops and stuff are onto him, and they're all sitting there crying, like knowing that he's trying to poison and kill them. And instead, at the end, all the girls, all the like teenage girls that are his daughters, basically eat him alive while he's on the table. They just hold him down and eat him alive. And then at the end of that, they drive away in a truck, and then they play that fucking song that I just sung a second ago. Yeah. It's a fucked up movie.
Was not expecting that.
It escalated quickly, definitely, when we watched that movie. I was like, what in the hell? Oh, my tooth hurts, guys. Like, every time. I have to punch it out. I'm gonna do what was it? Tom Hanks on Castaway. Take a freaking Orajel. This is not a plug. I just need Orajel. My tooth hurts. Excuse me, y'all. I'm placing you on my knee. Must administer the Orajel. Numb. Num 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 num. It's like, all right, we're gonna do your pelvic exam, madam. I just gotta numb you first. Num 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 num. Sorry, it's a stupid joke. I don't know. I have any other comments. They like come and go. And I don't know if people are even commenting. They're probably just watching me being a weirdo. Tommy being funny. No. Come on, that's kind of funny. You want to know a fucked up joke? I made up a fucked up joke. This one's for my Hispanic community. They're going to like this one. What do you call a Hispanic person with diabetes?
What?
A green bean.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Because of the gangrene that you get when you're diabetic. I'll be here all week. Oh shit, that one's a little fucked up though. Here's another joke. What do you call a black guy going down the interstate on a motorcycle after he wrecks?
What?
An ambulance, you racist. He just wrecked.
Oh.
That's a good one. I like that one. What do you call a dinosaur who likes to take it up the butt? What? What do you call? A Megasaurus. What do you call a dinosaur? What do you call a gay female dinosaur? A lickalotopus. Yeah. Hey Panini, why you such a meanie? I thought that you were a dyke wearing flannel with a beanie. I made that song up when I used it was a bad joke. It was, hey Panini, don't you be a meanie. I thought that you were a dyke wearing flannel with a beanie. What do you call a hippie's wife? What? Mississippi. Oh, I like that one. Mississippi. Oh. I like that one. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Now all my jokes have like left my headspace. That one is kid safe. Yes, it is. Oh shit. I got terrible frickin' jokes. Most of my jokes are like god awful. So there was this lady. She was having her baby, and as soon as she passed the baby through, the nurse took the baby to go clean the baby and everything. And then the nurse comes back into the room, and the mother's like, "Oh, let me see my baby." And the nurse goes into the room, trips, falls on top of the baby, picks the baby up, throws it across the room, and kicks it around. The mother gets up, starts screaming, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she said, "April Fools, your baby was already dead."
That's fucked up.
It was a very visually fucked up, like, you know what I mean? Like, that was my jokes in middle school. It was a bit deranged.
That one is not kid safe.
That one is not kid safe. Girl in the Woods was like, what the fuck did I just come up into? Yeah, that was a fucked up joke, wasn't it? That was a dead baby joke. Those were popular in middle school in 20. What was it? 2008? Yeah, 2008, I think. Yeah, the dead baby jokes don't usually go by so well. Here's one. This is the most fucked up joke you'll ever hear. I don't care. I'll say it. What? I don't give a fuck. There was this girl I was with, and she got pregnant, and I know she was gonna keep it. Frantic bitch. But a miracle happened. She had a miscarriage in the toilet stool. I know you think that's fucked up, but wait till you hear this. I had to act like I was sad about the shit. I was like, I went to the toilet. I was like, not the baby. Bye, daddy. Bye, little motherfucker. I don't know you. That's the most fucked up joke I've ever heard. There's one for you. Jesus Christ. That was from Corey Horcombe. That was not my creation. That was a fat black dude that made that one. So you can kind of tell by the, you know. Corey Horcombe. Horcombe? Holcombe? Yeah.
He got to travel at such a young age.
He got to That's fucked up. That's a good pile on joke. That's a good one. Jesus Christ, we're all fucked up here. Welcome to the chat, y'all. We all got a messed up sense of humor. Excuse me. Mountain Dew.
Hey, at least you got to swim early.
Yeah. From one water to another. Jesus. By the way, I don't. You know, I have 2 kids, so I guess that would make me pro-life. That was just a joke that I was telling. By the way, I never. Yeah. Yeah. Oh Jesus.
I do. It's Mars. I'm gonna put eggs in the microwave. I mean, it's fun to do.
Mars, welcome. It's been a minute.
Startling.
Putting eggs in the microwave is fucking fun to do. They do. They pop.
Even if they're just hurtful. I don't remember why I tried to up it. I don't remember.
I gotta tell you guys something. The most fucked up thing. Courtney's not gonna like. You got 3 kids? Yeah, I got 2. I had a daughter. Layla killed it. So, not happy about that, but I think I told you all that story. So Jasmine's not with us, but she's in my heart. But Caden and Ivy are just. Layla was like a girlfriend I had before Courtney or whatever. Welcome, visitor. The Odd Thomas Experiment. We sit here and talk about real life shit, jokes, politics. Sometimes we go around and show you the animals fucking around. Sometimes I smoke weed. Sometimes I smoke cigarettes. Sometimes I go on about some random ass shit that's philosophical. I don't know. We just, go based on the flow of the, flow of the, but, we go with the flow. The mic is tripping. Yeah. The mic is cutting in and out. Here we are. Maybe it's because Courtney's also in the room with me and we're like bouncing off each other.
Yeah, it should be. You're hearing the echo. Don't mention the mic. I thought I was getting covered for the jokes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you thought that frickin' tab of acid they said that was gonna affect you again later on in life came back to hit you in the ass. They say that acid like gets stored in your fat cells, and if you like work out one day a little too much and break down that fat, you're gonna like get like a second high or whatever. I have yet to experience that, but then again, I was always skinny as fuck, so I don't think I had much fat cells to store it in. I think I just took the full dose. One time I did 6 tabs of acid at the same time, and it was an ungodly experience. Let's just say it was a fun day. It was an interesting day. At that point, I like walking through the forest. Try walking through a forest in South Carolina where there's nothing but giant water oaks and pines and elms everywhere. It's creepy as fuck walking through a marsh in the middle of frickin' like November, I guess. It was creepy. It was creepy to say the least. I took 6 tabs of acid, decided to walk through an old frickin' Native American burial ground area down in South Carolina. It was, the trees were grabbing me. That's all I can say is that the trees were grabbing me. Everything was popping out. The frickin' magpies and crows were fucking with me, talking to me, I bet. I bet I wasn't even hearing voices or whatever. I was just fucking, I bet it was just like birds, because magpies and crows, they can talk. And I don't know if you know this, but if you're in the woods and you hear somebody talking to you, it's a high likelihood that it's a fucking magpie just fucking with you. Yeah. I had a couple friends with some residual side effects from acid. Yeah, that's the thing, is that people say it happens, and I think it's because of the fat cell thing. But whenever I used to be like 130 soaking wet with a rock in my pocket, now I'm like 176. I've gained a little weight. I used to be like super, super duper. I mean, I'm still skinny. Like, by every sense of the word, I'm still skinny, but I'm healthier now. I used to be like gaunt face, emaciated looking ass little, because all I did was drink, pop pills, and do drugs like every single day for at least 15 years straight. It was pretty bad. When Courtney met me and got with me, she was basically just trying to keep my goofy ass alive, essentially.
Had a couple friends with some residual side effects from acid.
At what? 130 at what height? Oh, 6'1".
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
I'm 6'1".
He wasn't joking about me trying to keep him alive. It really was a struggle for
Yeah, I'm 6'1", so my by body mass index, I should be anywhere from 170 to 185. That would be a healthy weight. I'm about 176 now, so I'm a healthy weight now. I mean, I don't know. I put the hair out of the way. There we go. I'm not trying to be vain. I've got a better weight on me than I used to. I used to be like really like emaciated, skinny. Like my ribs were sunken in, my cheeks were gaunt, and all that. Now I got a double chin. Yeah, I'm starting to get some fat on me. I'm starting to look healthy, is what it is, and it's because I'm 4 years sober. So, woo. You guys, like, I could probably post some pictures on my YouTube page, like in the like post area, and show you some old pictures of me whenever I was like.
Did you struggle against the wind?
Yes, dude. especially down in South Carolina, there were hurricanes and stuff. Literally, I would try to like walk to the gas station in a Category 3 hurricane. By the way, down there, gas stations are still open in Category 3 hurricanes because people need gas.
Oh, yeah, how are they going to escape otherwise?
Yeah. So I would literally go to the gas station. What was it? Hurricane Mark. It was Category 3. I was walking to the gas station trying to get more beer, and I was literally like fighting against the wind. I felt like I was in like one of those old black and white movies with Charlie Chaplin. I was like, the freaking rain feels like bullets on your skin. Like somebody's like hitting you with BBs and shit and pellets. Like, you know, those rubber bullets and shit. That's what it felt like. You get high enough winds and the rain's hitting you, it hurts. You know. Here we go. This was me at mine and my wife's marriage. Me and Courtney, whenever we got married, this was me. I was pretty fucked up on drugs. Pretty. Yeah. Now I'm a long-haired hippie with a deep voice, and I have stories of drug abuse, but now all I do is smoke weed. I'm like that cool old dude that everybody talks to, and he's like, "Oh, you don't know. I fucking took this acid and stuff, man. Oh, I could tell you some stories that would curl even your greasy hair."
I found the Baldy.
She found the bald Tommy. There's bald Tommy. Y'all look at bald Tommy. Look at this. Look at this shit.
That's what you guys keep saying. That's what you want to bring back. You want to kill. You want to kill the Jesus.
Yeah, you don't want to kill the Jesus. Don't let me cut my hair off. I'll look like this freaking. I look like I have cancer. I look like a freaking chode. I look like a chode. I look like a freshly circumcised dick. That is not happening again.
You look like across the street if you were walking down the road.
Just blinding people with my chrome dome. Jesus Christ. I look like the frickin' singer from Smashing Pumpkins. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I look like the singer from Smashing Pumpkins on that whenever he did that music video for 1979. Yeah. Fuck that. No. Yeah. I mean, that's how it goes. Like, working out is, if you don't work out, you lose your muscle mass and stuff. And
well,
like,
he was working out at the time too.
I was doing like landscaping and stuff at the time, so I wasn't really that bad off, I guess.
The drugs and the alcohol, and then also a genetic condition that he has, was really messing with his digestive system. So
Yeah.
he really wasn't. He really wasn't retaining any of the nutrients he was eating.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like he was eating, but he was starving to death.
I was
he wasn't eating enough anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't eating enough to like take care of a normal person, so I was eating just enough to literally survive.
Yeah.
And the amount of work that I did, because I worked down south in the heat, doing landscaping, doing roofing, doing vinyl siding, whatever jobs I can get my hands on, I was not putting enough nutrients back into my body. And also considering the fact that every single day, like, if I was being good, the most well-behaved I ever was I waited till 5 to get drunk. And it was every day. Like, every single day I got fucked up. Like, there was not, like, for 15 years straight, I was either messed up on what it would be is I would drink, and then I would be in pain from all the drinking. So after all the pain from drinking, I would take pills and basically use the pills to like help me. I would take like, hey baby, there he is. He's bitching at us. Yeah, I would basically take pills like Xanax and frickin' pain pills to like deal with the anxiety and pain. And I also did cocaine and stuff. Yeah, I was never a needle guy. But yeah, I did a lot of drugs.
He went to a gastrointestinal doctor finally, and he had what's called a stricture in your throat, which means that a part of his throat was actually a little bit
you see this
thinner
shit?
than like it should be. It wasn't allowing food to pass through his feet.
Clawing
And
my
then he
stomach.
started taking some medicine. It's a proton pump inhibitor
Yeah.
that reduces the amount of stomach acid in his stomach on a permanent basis, so that he doesn't have as much acid reflux and stuff. So basically, his digestive system could heal.
Yeah. So I got well, what she said. I got on that medication that helped me heal, basically, because I had so much freaking everything that I put into my body. This cat is clawing my freaking shirtless stomach. Look at this dick. No, you're gonna stop now. Oh no, people can see you getting your claws out. No, you got caught. You got caught. Dick. You dick. You dick. I love you. I love you so much. Oh, I'm being a good kitty. I don't know what you're talking about, Father. I'm gonna go over to Mother.
Your son was clearly over here. I was over here the whole time.
You guys saw that, right? The motherfucker was like digging into my stomach. Oh, how'd I get my appetite back?
That was the answer to the medicine.
Oh, the medicine, yeah. The Russian cat, okay.
Oh, yeah, the ENS.
Oh, somebody said nice pussy. What's his name? Toki. His name is Toki. I named him Toki after Toki Wartooth from Metalocalypse. Death Clock. It was a show on Adult Swim that I used to watch. So we call him Toki because he keeps going. He keeps like meowing at us, and he's got the personality of Toki from Metalocalypse. So we call him Toki. He's like very sweet, but out of nowhere, like will flip the fuck out and like claw you, and it's like, what? Why? Why?
Like Gunther pretended to be all nice over here.
Uh-oh, Gunther's going on the prowl. He thinks Mommy's feeding him. She probably is. She's probably filling up the cat food so that they can stop harassing us. If their food bowl is even like got like down like to this point, like because it's like usually full into the bowl like that, if it's down to here, they will complain at us that it's getting empty. Like they're like, humans, the food is becoming sparse. Fill the bowl. Yeah, my esophagus was like too narrow, keep retracting and stuff, and every time I would eat food, it would like hurt, like going down, like just trying to eat food. So I had GERDs, is what it's called, or whatever. Like a lot of acid would basically like come up from my stomach lining into my esophagus and erode like the lining. So like just passing normal food was so painful. It was basically like I was rotting from the inside out, essentially, because my body was eating itself. I had to eat something. So once I got that problem fixed with all the medications, I finally got my ass healthier ish. I mean, I'm healthy. I got cheeks now. Courtney's laughing because she's talking about the other cheeks. She's laughing from the other room. Yeah, they're too lazy to bend over a little bit further to get the bottom of the bowl. They're like, humans, there is an issue here. Yeah, I'm glad I got that fixed though, because there was a point where Courtney was like resuscitating me every like I would actually like stop breathing at night, and one night I think my heart stopped, I think, and I had to like get like she had to do CPR and resuscitate me. It was pretty sad. I got pretty bad. And that's whenever I decided to get clean, because I decided I needed to be a father and a good husband, and coming back to life, kind of helped that. It's a good thing Courtney knows CPR, or else I wouldn't be here.
I think one of the most stressful things I've ever done is have to argue with the 911 operator that the sounds of the air that I'm forcing down his throat are not the sounds of him breathing.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
He literally just one night he was sitting there and he'd had maybe 2 cups of wine and he got up and he's like, I'm tired. It was really weird, but he's like, I'm gonna go take a nap. I was like, okay. And all of a sudden I hear my name, but only kinda. It wasn't very loud, and I almost didn't hear it, and I almost ignored it. And I walked in there, and he's like, I can't breathe. And I didn't really believe him at first.
I literally was trying with every breath in my lung to like get her to hear me. I was like, Courtney. I couldn't breathe. I literally just had no breath, and my heart literally.
I didn't really believe him at first because he was just fine. I was literally just walked away from me like just a moment ago and laid down on the bed. He wasn't in there for like 5 minutes, and then he just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
He just stopped breathing. It wasn't a struggle. It wasn't loud. And if I hadn't heard him almost whispering my name walking past the room, he wouldn't be alive. Because as we called 911, because we didn't even know he had a blood sugar problem at this point.
Yeah, my blood sugar was so low
It was so low that his body just failed. It just stopped.
It just stopped. Like my pancreas was excreting way too much freaking. I don't know how that works, but basically my sugar was like so super low that my body just kind of like shut down and failed. It was like in the teens, like
Sometimes
below. Yeah, it was like below 20. Like my sugar levels were so low, like I was barely a functional existing creature somehow, and I didn't. It was pretty bad. The reason Courtney was worried was I don't just drink 2 glasses of wine. I drink 3 bottles of wine and a 12-pack of beer. That's the way it was. I was a really heavy drinker. And me just taking 2 sips off of a glass of wine and saying I'm tired going to bed was weird to her. And then she just randomly, if she didn't hear me calling for her, I probably wouldn't be here with you guys right now. So
I just happened to be walking past the room, maybe about 10 feet away.
Yeah.
I barely heard you. I almost ignored you. I thought you were just I thought you were dreaming. I thought you were falling asleep.
It was scary. I didn't realize, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I've never had a high opinion about myself, and I've always had the mentality of if I'm going to die, I'm not going to go out of my way to stop it. But after that, I realized what that entails. It means I'm leaving people that I love behind. It means that more than just what I experience, it's what other people have to deal with afterwards. So I decided to get on the road to recovery and get myself clean, and here we are. I know I got dark and grumpy, but it's a true story. It's good to know.
I mean, it was about the turning point in your health.
That was about the turning point in my health where it was either I had to get clean or just accept that I was going to die. My blood pressure was in like it was like 197 over 116 on like a normal basis. Like it was bad. My blood pressure was fairly high. The low number was the scary part. Like the high number can be pretty like scary sometimes, but the low number, that one, Bye. Bro, my cat will meow your ear off. How do I explain to him how he's too fat for seconds? Right? Dude, cats are freaking... They're interesting creatures. They're selfish. Cats can be selfish as fuck. Hi. My blood pressure was at 190, like 7 over 116. like around that range most of the time. And whenever at the point where I was like in that bed, my blood pressure was, before that point I actually was constantly using the blood pressure cuff and using metoprolol, which is a beta blocker, to basically lower my blood pressure enough so that I could keep drinking, but it would also like make the drunk feel like stronger. And before I went to bed that time, my blood pressure was pretty high. I was around those numbers, but then afterwards it like plummeted to like nothing because the lack of sugar. Like I went from like super high to like my body was shutting down. Yeah, it's pretty high. But that was like normal. That was like resting. That was me sitting down, chilling, just relaxing. Like the bottom numbers was the scary one because that had to deal with my kidney functions and everything, and I have kidney issues as well. So kidney issues on top of liver issues on top of pancreas issues on top of heart issues. It's kind of like a chain reaction. You know what I mean? The body's kind of connected to every other part of itself. So you know, one thing goes, it go one. Another goes, I guess. Dogs think their owners are gods. Cats think that they're the god and that they own their humans. Pretty much. That is the truth. They're like, humans, you're lucky to be in my presence. And then the pups are like, I love you. You're just the best thing ever. Please don't leave me. And it's like, oh, so that's why we love dogs so much. That's why they say it's like man's best friend, because dogs like are loyal and follow, and men care for that. Women like the confidence and like calm prowess of cats. That's why women are typically more cat people. You notice that? Like women like confidence, and cats are like walking confidence. If they hit the wall, if they do something stupid as hell, they'll just shake it off and act like they never did it. Like they get embarrassed that if they fuck up. And women like that. Dogs, they're different. You know what I mean? Like they literally do everything that you say. If you give them treats, they treat you like you're like the best thing in the world. And for guys, loyalty is a hell of a thing. So cats are arrogant assholes. And here's the thing: I am a kind of a cat person too, because I accept that I'm not really a macho man. I'm not really like a Mister. Like, dude, I got a bit of a feminine side to me. I got long ass hair, I guess. But cats are assholes nonetheless, and dogs are dicks. Dogs are dicks. Did you hear that? You're a dick. Love you. I think all creatures are assholes in their own way. It just depends. Once you get to know the animal's personality, like the animals in our house, they're our family. They're not our pets. They're our family. And every single one of them has their own distinct personality trait, and it's, you know, yeah. We we've raised a bunch of asshole animals, but it's okay. We love them very much. Hmm. Yeah, Oogway's a dick. He just fucking barged into the chicken coop, said, "Excuse me, I'm sleeping here tonight." That sucks. It takes a situation like that for us to change, but it's hard to change when there isn't an immediate threat. Yeah, that's the thing, is that it, we don't realize what we have until it's gone, and it's sad. But I've grown mature with this understanding. Death has a funny way of reminding you of what life's all about. So. Oh, he's a chill dick. Yeah, he's a five-legged tortoise out there breaking rocks, humping them.
Oh yeah, no, he just barged into the chicken coop and like decided he was sleeping in there.
Yeah, the reason I actually started this YouTube page was to hold myself accountable. I'm good at giving other people advice, but I suck at taking my own advice. And so I did this on purpose so that I would be confronted by other people. And I built a community with you guys to where people can kind of call me out. It's like, no, Tommy, you're talking too much shit about yourself. Oh, no, you got this. You're fine, you know. Or no, Tommy, quit being a little bitch, get to work, kind of shit. You know, all that. Like I put myself on blast on YouTube on purpose so that I could keep myself accountable for my actions. I started this YouTube page about 2 years into my recovery. So let's say 2 years. Had this YouTube page about a year and a half, I'd say maybe. So you know, it's you guys have been a wonderful contribution to this journey of mine, and I thank you all very much for even taking the time to talk to my goofy ass. You know, I feel like the fact that I'm still here has a purpose, and it's you know. Julius. Not really. I have a terrible memory, but welcome. I mean, people can usually tell me stuff about themselves and I will remember them. I'm not always. People change their names too. Like Oak Jillian used to be C Jillian. CDP has changed his name entirely. Alan Watts doesn't even come around anymore. Hoop Dog comes around sometimes. Yoda and all them. It's Julius. Well, well,
Been in one life. It is.
well, welcome all the same, Julius. I'm just a forgetful son of a bitch.
You guys didn't talk very long. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we didn't really talk very long. Courtney is able to kind of look up like past conversations on lives,
I
but
sent you 6 messages.
you have sent me.
One of them was an insult.
One of them was an insult. You were a meanie butt to me at the beginning, huh? Oh, it's about my forehead. Ah, that's fine. I'm joking. Yeah, Oak is a gamer nickname. I assumed. I wanted to change my name to Anu because of the Sumerian god, the original god, at least the original one that's been written down. That's the thing is that I'm not crapping on Christianity or like Hebrew or Abrahamic religions, but there were religions before that. So how could he be the original god if there were gods that came before? Is all I have to say. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying the original god in humanity is Anu and Lil and Inky and Sumerian. That was the first written gods ever to be recorded. There were other pictographs of different creatures and stuff, but there wasn't written languages that were understandable. So, as far as ancient, the most ancient god is concerned, I would more than likely say it would be Anu. And I wanted to change my name to that because I am a narcissistic prick sometimes and I like to think I'm cool. I remember seeing Alan on Family Feud live. Uh, so many people have left the YouTube. They used to come on the lives a lot. There was, I call her Miss Gloria, but she was not really that old. I just said Miss Gloria. And there was a few other people too. Used to come on a lot. I did hit a depressive spell, and then a lot of my lives got like taken down and stuff. So there was a potential. Plus, I think Gloria was having issues with drinking and stuff too. So there could have been something that went down there. You remember Miss Gloria? Yeah. I always have weird nicknames that I give to people. Like I don't know. Miss isn't really a nickname. It's just an additive to her name. But you know, do I find it hard to sleep without weed? Honestly, I take ashwagandha melatonin gummies to help me sleep because weed doesn't really help me sleep. It just makes me super conscientious of my body's functions. Weed kind of like makes my nervous system stabilize, if that makes sense. When I'm overstimming, because, I got neurological defects, I guess, I use weed to kind of channel that or like even it out, but it makes me like bass. Does that make sense? Whenever I smoke weed, I feel bass. I feel like my body should be feeling like I drink water. I'm like, wow, I need to put this Mountain Dew now and I need to drink water. What am I doing? I need to quit smoking so many cigarettes. What am I doing? I become like mentally and physically conscious of my well-being and huh? Yeah, I'm smoking a lot of cigarettes right now. And like whenever I smoke weed, it makes me like more conscientious of like my bodily functions and it makes me worry and care more about taking care of myself. So in a way, weed makes me a little happier too because I think I might be bipolar. I got to be honest because I'm manic sometimes and sometimes I'm super depressed. And I'm not a psychologist, but that sounds like garden variety manic depressive disorder to me. You know, uh, I'm not really an expert on the matter, but it sounds pretty close, and that's why I try to smoke weed to keep me happy. Because when I'm manic, everything's fine. I'm dancing around like frickin' Jim Carrey, trying to make everybody happy and act goofy to get attention. And then whenever I'm depressed, I'm just like go to the darkest place, and I use weed to pull myself out of it. I guess. That's good. But you guys know I had the issue with I would use it's all a vice, I guess, at the end of the day, but also the fact that I have epilepsy and I'm a little autistic, it kind of helps me have a little empathy, if that makes sense. Weed gives me empathy. Yeah. Empathy, empathy, put yourself in the place of me. What? Yeah. Because I don't think I'm a narcissist. I don't think I have like antisocial personality disorder. When I was a kid, they said I was autistic. My twin brother was actually very, very autistic. He was verbal but violent. Let's just say he was a very easy to overwhelm individual, and he did have learning disabilities. I myself, I'm a little off the beaten path. Yeah, you remember the vulture off of Bugs Bunny? Nope, I won't do it. No, nope, nope. That was my twin brother. But angrier. But like angrier. Yeah, that was my twin brother. That was his mannerisms. Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like whenever you smoke weed, it kind of like makes you more empathic. It makes you feel guilty about shit, makes you think about things that you forgot about, random things and stuff like that. For me, it just makes me more and more conscientious. Sometimes, whenever I'm smoking weed, I'll take my happy ass outside in the middle of the night and split wood. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I am like, I need to do something. I need to be healthy. If I slept all day, that means I need to be active and healthy and do stuff. I need to eat and all that. I'm like, no, sit your ass down. I'm like, I need to sit my ass down. I smoke too much weed.
Like, it's fucking 2 in the morning. Don't take out the chainsaw.
It's like, no, don't turn on the chainsaw. It's 2 in the morning. You're going to piss off the neighbors. There's an ordinance in this town.
They can hear you.
They can hear you. You know, other people can hear you, right? I do whenever I take edibles and stuff. I get really paranoid and stuff. I used to have that issue, but now that that was my issue whenever I was like doing other things. Like whenever I was drinking, whenever I was like taking pills and stuff, it would make me paranoid about my body and I would think I was dying and I would get scared and then my blood pressure would raise higher and I would see it on the cuff, like reading my blood pressure and I'm like, oh no, it's getting worse. And I would just. So I actually smoked less weed whenever I was fucked up on other stuff because weed scared me. And because being crossfaded with weed, like if you drink alcohol and smoke weed, it like intensifies the effects, and it's not always good. It's some people find it quite scary to mix the two. I myself did. That's why I didn't actually smoke too much weed, and that's why I kept having seizures and kept needing to be resuscitated because I was like, I wanted to be drunk because I didn't want to feel anymore because losing Timmy and my mom and other people in my family really fucked me up in the head and I didn't want to feel emotion. I just wanted to avoid it and avoid it entirely. So I was drunk all the time. That was really it. And when I couldn't be drunk, I had to take pain pills or Xanax to give myself at least a similar feeling because I knew that if I kept drinking, I'd kill myself. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to be here. It was the best way I could describe it, you know. And whenever I finally quit all that insanity and realized I had to deal with my emotional trauma and my grief, I finally addressed it and went to counseling, went to a methadone clinic, and got myself clean, 4 years clean, and all that happy horse shit, and still smoking weed. But the reality of it is grief never goes away, but I realize now that I have to address it instead of avoiding it, so. I think that was my biggest issue is that I would use substances to avoid my issues, that dark place in myself that I kept trying to avoid. I was just using substances to avoid that situation, and I realized that I had to confront that situation, or I would never find peace. Yeah, yeah, you become socially paranoid, but not existentially. You feel more base and like stable, but like socially, you're like they know I'm high. They can tell I'm acting different. Okay, yeah, yeah, I got you on that, Mars, and Oak Jillian. Congratulations, man, because like even though I myself am still smoking weed, that is an accomplishment, and being completely base level sober is something that I do want to strive for. I just, I don't know. I don't want to take gabapentin for my seizures anymore. It makes me feel like a zombie. Freaking gabapentin for the seizures, that was what they were giving me before, and I don't care for that. It made me feel like an absolute zombie all the time. I feel like weed, at least I can be a little more stable and functional as a human being without having seizures. Well, that's good. That I feel like whenever I got off of the opioids and the alcohol, my head cleared up like way more. Life made more sense. Things clicked, I guess is the best way to put it. I bet I would feel way better if I drank less Mountain Dew and more like hydrating beverages because I feel okay. I feel normal, but I feel achy, I feel pain, stuff like that. I used to have bad low blood sugar issues, and if I keep doing this, I'm going to give myself like type 2 diabetes if I keep drinking Mountain Dew like this. And that's not a joke, that's like real. I need to actually consider what I'm doing to myself as I drink Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah, alcohol is just straight up poison. And that's proud of you, my friend. Like every time I ever thought of drinking after getting sober off of it, it's just pain. It's just covering up pain to create more pain, to cover up pain to create more pain, and it's just a deadly cycle. It's just poison. It's poison for the mind, body, and soul. But even the religious people say, like, if you drink, don't become drunken and all that other stuff. But that was back whenever water wasn't able to be purified, and it's probably why they drank wine so that they wouldn't die from parasites. You know. Yeah, it helps with Parkinson's as well. I think there's a diet Mountain Dew, maybe even Mountain Dew Zero. It's only medicinal on the outside. Well, I still smoke cigarettes. I got issues to still resolve. Nobody's perfect, but I mean, that's why we have these conversations and stuff, you know. It's every day is a new day to try to be the same or be better, you know, to change. The only constant in life is change, and I think as long as we change for the better, try our best to do our best, you know, we're walking on the right path. What is that? What was that one video? No matter how many times you slip up or how slow you progress, you're still doing better than those that are not even trying. You got to give yourself credit for even in your small victories. Small victories are still victories. You know, a step forward is still better than standing still. You know. Yeah, I would. I've tried different Mountain Dews. It's the sugar. I need to get off the sugar. I'm just addicted to sugar. That's what it is. As soon as I got off the opioids, I picked up a sugar addiction. Yep, they say the stronger beer for the evening. See, Julian knows what I was talking about. That back in the day, they frickin' like literally had the like it was like an impossible task to purify water, so they just like made spirits and different like meads and wines and beers and stuff that would basically be lighter. They would drink the lighter stuff during the day, and then at night they would drink the heavy shit. Yeah. I like that, Mara. Very true. Everybody's dealing with the same thing. It's just manifesting in different ways. I got into spirituality for a reason because I feel like everything is connected. Like every we all came from the same planet, from the same stars, from the same universe. We didn't come from a membrane from another reality. We're all connected. Everything is the air we breathe, the molecules that shake around, and all the particles that bounce in and out of existence. We simply are, and when we realize that we're actually connected, whether we like things that are different than us or the same as us, we're all one nonetheless. And to understand how connected the world truly is, like the Native Americans said, even the dirt, even the rocks are alive. It's very true. Everything is life. Everything that we experience in this realm of existence is that, whatever that is, and that we are. I am that I am. No one sets out to become an addict, just creeps up on us as we're trying to cope with our pains of life. Very true, Oak. Very true. And it's that's the thing, is that the word addict is just a word that people create to separate themselves from a group of people that are deep in a pit of despair, emotional, physical anguish. And they don't want to relate to that because they don't like that dark place themselves. So to avoid it, they create the word addict or junkie, bad words and stuff like that, to basically separate themselves from those people so that they can think of them as others, so that they don't relate to them. But the reality is we're all the same. We're human beings. We are the same species, same people, all the way over in Africa and Polynesian areas, Asia, Russia, everywhere, all over the world. We are just human beings, same as the animals, same as everything else that eats and breathes and lives on this planet, lives in this universe, lives in all of existence. Is simply, it's one. It's one whole thing. Whether we want to think of ourselves as separate, that's just a something that we have developed as a species to separate ourselves mentally from existential existence, to have a separate perspective. But nonetheless, we are all one and the same. Our perspective is just one point of many points of the same fucking thing, if that makes sense. We're all the universe experiencing itself as random humans and animals and creatures all simultaneously at the same time. Big, little, big, little. Everything that's big is just a big version of everything that's small. A small version of everything that's big. It repeats itself. These patterns of sacred geometry, everything, all that, spiritual mumbo jumbo. There is a truth to all these things. But there's people out there that make it cheap and sell it like it's a book and ruin the truth of it. And the truth of the matter is, everything is connected. We are all one. This is more than likely a fucking computer simulation. Now that we can create simulations of our own, we can probably better understand how whatever created us made whatever the hell this is that we are. Others are addicted to money and power. Some are addicted to food and sex and porn. Everyone is addicted to one coping mechanism or another. Absolutely. We are all connected, but at the same time, we have to create separation to protect ourselves. That's what hurts. Yes, very true. That separation is our existence, what we call our life, what we are, everything that we see and do. That perspective, that narrow version of reality, is basically like looking at life through the lens of a pinhole camera. But life is everything, including the camera. If that makes sense. I love talking to y'all guys. It's get really introspective sometimes. But absolutely true. Mars and C. Jillian, we all kind of just doing our best in life, trying to, we all find something to help us get it through. It's absolutely true. The butterfly effect. Yep. It's funny. There's things out here in life that people have discovered, and some people share and some people keep secrets. We're connected here. Yes. There's one quote that came from Anthony Hopkins in a movie I really liked. It was the Hannibal movie where he was It was not the Silence of the Lambs. It was the second one, not the Red Dragon. It was the other one. But he was speaking, and this is what I think. There are so many things out in this world that we could learn, and some people keep secrets, and some people share. And this is a quote that Anthony Hopkins said. I'm about to say it. He said, "People don't always tell you what they're thinking. They just see to it you don't advance in life." He said, "I'm sorry, commendatory. I too often say what I'm thinking." Yeah, I like Anthony Hopkins. He's a good actor. But that's a very true statement. People don't always tell you what they're thinking. They just see to it you don't advance in life. Life, you never stop learning until the day you die. And there's so many different rabbit holes in this life that there's a lifetime of things that you can do. There's so many things you could become interested in. There's so many paths you could walk. And that's the beautiful complexity and wonderfulness of this world, but it's also terrible at the same time. It's not just one thing, it's everything all simultaneously at once, and it can be beautiful or it could be terrible. Yep. Whatever addiction they're not dealing with, they'll just judge the other because it that's very true because it creates a sense of separation. They're like, "Oh, at least I'm not that. I might be this, but at least I'm not that." People do that all the time. I've found myself doing it from time to time. It's not good. I'm not, proud of that, but the reality is that I think we all kind of do it in our own way, and that separation keeps us from uniting, understanding each other. Everybody has a secret battle they're dealing with that they don't tell a single soul, and every single one of us, whether we like to accept it or not, is going through something. Comparisons are not fair, nor should they ever be used because life is, and everybody's experiencing it in their own different way. What are the chances that I would be sharing life stories with some guy in Ohio? Very cool. Or with someone who lives where Mars is. This is what technology is best used for. I agree with that. Exactly. Technology is supposed to bring us together, not tear us apart. What we're doing here right now, this is this is good. This is important. This is what we should be doing as a species. If we're to advance to anything considerably near a utopia, it's to connect and understand each other from far reaches of the world without having to travel so far. We learn from each other and encourage each other. Exactly. Well said. Imagine what people like 100 years ago would do if they saw us living the way we're living right now. It would blow their fucking minds. They would be like, "How in the hell? What are you talking?" Like, just the basic idea that you could have a camera on a phone. Like, what? Phones are for talking. What are you talking about? You don't put cameras on. Whoa, you could look at it. What is a screen? A screen? That's what you put over a window. Like, just imagine what somebody 100 years ago would just like how we interface with our technology with each other is like mind blow. It would be so mind blowing to them, and we treat it like it's just a normal thing every day. You know what I mean? True, true, Mars. Very true. It's not just addiction. It's the coping mechanisms, everything else that people do, the lives people choose, everything. Like somebody gets clean and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've gotten through this, so I'm better than this person that didn't get through it and stuff." No, like everybody to instead of people looking at each other with malice, they should look at each other with understanding. Why do they do what they do? Why are they doing what they're doing? What choice? Why? What has led them to this choice? What has led them to this walking, this path that they walk? But instead, there are many people out there that just choose to be judgmental and negative, and that's why so many people feel so alone. They can't connect. They separate themselves from other people, and that person that could be helped as an addict could learn or feel some connection, some semblance of hope is taken away from them because they're treated as other, not just addiction, you know. Oh, they'd burn us at the stake. They'd be like, "What are you? This is witchcraft. Burn them." Or they say, "I can do it. Why can't you?" I know. Yeah, it's like, I can do it. If I did it, you can do it. It's like, no, you are you. I am me. We are walking two different paths, and somebody saying no, that's the comparative where somebody's like, "Oh, I've been through worse than you. You should be able to handle this," and that kind of treatment makes people feel separate, makes them feel like other, and they're like, "Well, fuck me. I'm not even going to try," and that creates separation, not connection. I it, I agree. South Africa. Yeah. I'm here in Ohio in the United States. Oak Jillian's in Canada. Mars is in South Africa. We're in three totally different places in the world, and we're talking to each other simultaneously all at once in real time. The fact that this technology exists would be nothing short of magic to the people 100 years ago. That's a three-nation conversation. Yeah, we're having a three-nation conversation here, brothers. Did you know Lord Shiva in India, he's considered the Lord of Bhang, which is like weed. He would consume poisons and stuff like that and all that other stuff. There's a lot about the Hindu culture that, there's cool things, there's really interesting things, and there's really fucked up things. Like they would, after a man dies, if the woman is widowed, they basically throw her on the funeral pyre with his dead body and burn her alive. That was like a practice that they did, and it was pretty fucked up. I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but it is a hell of a tradition that I hope to at some point becomes extinguished. But that's the thing is I love Hindu culture. I love all kinds of religious cultures because they have some semblance of like a core of like humanity, just life in general. I like to study different theologies because regardless of what they are across the board, they all have something in common. It's hope for something more. It's that there's something greater than us to work towards, something more than what we consider our lives and our problems. It helps us look outside of ourselves and look at a bigger picture. And I've noticed that about all theologies, that creates a sense of awe, wonder, and inspiration to do something greater than ourselves, I suppose. It's sort of like why do we build? Why do we build buildings? So that we can become a part of something greater than ourselves. When we're outside the gates, it can be dark, hostile, scary. If you're not careful, you'll find yourself lost. The thing about humans is When we're lost, we go in circles. We walk in circles. That walk turns into a sprint. That sprint turns into a run, running full speed, going nowhere. And as we return home, we complete the circle in the face of our creations turning to dust. How do we end this? Yep, this is where inner strength originates. Absolutely. It's a search of meaning in an ambiguous world. Absolutely. The thing is like we're trying to find solidity, we're trying to find structure, we're trying to find purpose, meaning, and something to move towards, something to do. That's what life is, doing. Death is peace, life is pain. We got to keep it moving, keep the wheels turning, keep it going, the heart beating, the everything pumping. Life is and it's a cycle that has been going on for so very, very long. If we actually tried to understand it within the realm of our very short lives and the comparative of the big picture, this is an amazing, terrible, and beautiful existence. This is a mighty existence. And there's so much to it. There's so many things to do. There's so many things to do. Like, people can like watch and see people do things, but to actually experience all these different things, to walk all these walks, to experience these paths, there's so many, many things to do in this mighty existence that it's words fail me. I don't even know what to say. This is a mighty existence. And it can be mighty beautiful and it can be mighty painful. It can be absolutely, really fucking scary. But it's not all just one thing. The world's greatest addiction right now is to detach. I think everyone walks around on their phone scrolling through endless entertainment. Yeah, it is. To detach from this mighty existence is what they want us to do because it keeps us complacent. And I say they like there's a conspiracy, but the reality of it is there's always going to be people that conspire. A lot of intelligent people. We are one of them. We are all one of them. We are all capable of grand things, grand good things and grand terrible things. And if we choose to be stuck on our phones scrolling all day and stuff instead of going out there and living life, it will slip right by us. 75 years is the most common life expectancy around, generalized societies, I guess. And it's the reality of it is we could just be stuck like in a trap. Like this phone is a trap. It can be very much just a trap. That's why I try to go out and do as much nature as I can. I try to get off my phone, get myself moving, and go and do stuff. Uh, the whole point of this Odd Thomas experiment was for me to show different acts of life, for me to get outside of my house, to get outside of my comfort zone, to get outside of my bubble, and try to show people that experience as I go along. And you guys have been great the entire time, encouraging, helpful. I honestly, without help and encouragement, I probably wouldn't have pulled myself out of the pit that I was in. So, not only to my family and friends, but to you guys as well, I appreciate each and every one of you. And I encourage you all, like we all should, to go live life while we still have life to live. Yep. Seek out distractions to fill the void. Like, it's such an easy trap to fall into, you know? Exactly. You guys want to know what I actually do whenever I'm not like going live and I'm not out doing woodwork or going to work? My worst habit is that I'll doom scroll, like, I'll watch gameplay. I'll literally watch this video game gameplay and stuff like God of War, Ragnarok. I'll watch frickin' movies and stuff like superhero movies or like really violent movies and stuff like that. I'll just like find myself doom scrolling for so long, and then I like realize that I'm like, holy shit, I've just wasted like 4 to 6 hours of my life that I could have been out doing something. You know, I find myself falling into that pit all the time. Yeah, I quit getting on Facebook. That was my worst part. I think that was the best thing I could have done for myself. Is that I Facebook is just drama, 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 drama. All your friends and their random problems and their random lives and their random memes and all this other stuff, and people that you probably never even like met before are just posting memes and videos and videos and memes and all that, and it's just doom scrolling constantly. Short form content is just, it's addictive. It's but that's all that people watch. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I don't really post many long link videos besides my lives because people don't watch them. They simply don't. But I can put something in a short that like simplifies something that I'm trying to explain to somebody so that they understand who I am as a person or what I want to portray to the world. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it in short form because that's what people like is short form content. And Instagram, freaking Facebook, those places are like a nest of that kind of stuff. At least with YouTube, you know, I'm not saying like YouTube's any better. There's always, but it definitely, you know, still has its faults as well. You know. Yeah, it's exhausting. All the freaking gender, freaking equality shit, and the fucking like who, what you're, you know, transgender, this ABC, you know, the freaking alphabet people, LGBT, whatever the fuck, all that. Like people just arguing over people like, oh, I am Trump, oh, I'm Biden, or whatever. It's all just horseshit and it's drama, and it just keeps people feeding the beast. You know what I mean? It's literally just feeding the beast. We could be out there just living free, enjoying our lives, loving time the time we spend with our friends and family. Like what we are doing right here, right now. We're talking. We're engaging with other human beings. This is stuff we can do. Instead, there's people on the internet just freaking bitching at each other and hating each other and just literally just like rage baiting. Um, just acting like absolute phony ass people just because it's like either one because they get views for it, or two because they just or they're tribalistic. They're like, oh, I'm Trump, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm red, I'm blue, I'm, you know, let's, you know, left and right, let's fight. All that shit is just drama. And to be honest, like there's so many things we can do with technology that are good, like interacting with other human beings, like talking about things that we actually believe in, being truthful and forthright about, you know, our lives, actually just live our lives and just be ourselves, not try to act like somebody we're not. Because everybody is so weird and different, like in their own way. I'm odd as fuck. That's why it's the Odd Thomas experiment. But when people are real, there's an energy to it that feels like it belongs, even though it might be different, even though it might be strange, even, you know what I mean? But people all trying to fit inside a box and just acting like X group, like I'm this group and you're that group and I don't like you, you know, that kind of shit. It's the rage bait algorithm. Facebook is people sharing the lives they wish they had, mostly lies. Exactly. Like, it's kind of sad to watch, honestly, people wanting to project an idea of who they are out on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Facebook. Oh, it's on YouTube too. But I myself, I can't get into that. I am too special. I am a specially educated individual, and I am hella honest. I gotta let people know that I'm just a weirdo with a beardo. I have addiction issues. I have cracks and bruises and scars all over me that came from a life of fucked up bullshit. But I also have hope. I also have joy. I have peace, and I have found something worth living for. And, you know, I'm not just one thing, but the one thing I am is honest, damn it. You know, I want people to be more like that. You know, I want people to just show their true colors so that we can all just understand each other better instead of trying to fake and be something we're not around each other, you know? Oh, yeah. Like the universe just got bored of being infinitely powerful. So it's like, I'm going to create mortality so that there's limitations and pain and torture and anguish and all that other stuff just because I was bored. There was a saying on like the movie Constantine where Constantine, the Keanu Reeves, he was like, God's a kid with an ant farm. I was like, what if it's true? What if the universe just got fucking bored and made reality this sharp and shitty? I agree, Mars. That sounds like, you know, that sounds pretty on point. Yeah. You never heard that? Yeah, it was on the movie. He was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, it was Constantine. Keanu Reeves played a movie called Constantine, and he was like, God's a kid with an ant farm. He doesn't care about us. But no, but yeah, I agree, Oak, about like, you know, everybody, you can see whenever people group together into like a group where they have to fit into that narrative of the group, they sacrifice their individuality for the sake of the group. But whenever you look at people as individuals, like you said, they're beautiful souls. Everybody's so different and unique. It's beautiful. But as soon as they start to become something or pretend to be something they're not, it doesn't feel right. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. Yeah, he said he said a few, you know, sacrilegious things. I mean, he was basically trying to get into heaven because he committed suicide yeah. He was talking to Angela, and they were talking about God or whether it's like, what, you don't believe in God? He's like, God's a kid with an ant farm, lady. What's going on? Something happened. I think my cat fell into. Yeah, my cat fell into the frickin' thing. That makes sense. Frickin'. I can't. There was a water tank or whatever that we had, and cat freaking jumped into it. It's basically just like a big like tank bowl that we use so that the dogs have water, and it's basically because it stays full. It's sort of like a cat feeder, like a cat water, but like a big one for like dogs. And the cat like tried to climb on something and jumped into it, and I just heard water splash everywhere. I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Wait, where's James? I didn't see James. The fuck's going on here, James? You hiding on me? Did shit happen while I wasn't looking? Jack Black, welcome. James is in the house. Apparently, I didn't know. I didn't. My mistake. Sorry. Ah, thought it was James. It was Jack Black. Ah, no. Oh no, we have 4 cats. There's Toki, there's Gunther, there's Sheba, and then there's Batman. They're all just living their kitten lives all over the house. Jack's back. Woo. Oh, I've been on here for 2 hours. Awesome. Yeah, frickin' Courtney's upstairs taking a shower. Frickin' quit biting your butt, Stella. I am gonna put a frickin' sweater on your ass so you can't bite your butt. I swear to God. I don't care that it's hot outside. I'll put a sweater on you. Leave your butt alone. Keeps biting her lower tail butt area. She you know how dogs like nervously like scratch and bite whenever like they want to like go out or play or whatever? Stella's really bad at that. She'll like bite her butt, and because it itches because she bit it and like would hurt. You know how dogs like they'll start to chew and then they'll like nervously like go after that spot because it itches or whatever. Well, she doesn't really like the flea medication that we have, and every time it gets like around spring, summertime, she freaking stress bites her butt, and I have to like keep telling her to stop because she'll just keep digging into her butt until it makes a scab, and then that scab becomes irritated, and then she'll just keep digging at it. Do they fight? No, they don't fight. We got 4 male cats. They all get along just fine. They're losing their balls though because they one of them decided to pee on something, and that didn't go well. So their balls are going bye bye. Male cats have a tendency to try to mark territory. What it was is Batman went outside and had some babies, and they smelled a female on him, and that created a sense of dominance bullshit going on. And Gunther decided it was Gunther that did it. He decided to pee on a wall, like somewhere where Batman would like try to scratch on like a wall or whatever, and he peed on that, and he got his little tushy spanked, and he's gonna lose his balls. But they don't really. And Gunther kind of get into it because they're basically the 2 biggest cats, and they try to like fight for dominance. I'm sorry, I don't have batteries. Go on, love you. You should be going to bed. It's like way past your bedtime. Yeah, that's the funny thing about cats is that they'll fuck each other up, but then they'll see them the next minute freaking sleeping on top of each other like they're family. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you creatures? You guys are like bipolar. Cats are funny that way. They really are. Well, guys, I will be getting up early tomorrow. I'm going to be going live whenever I go out and chop the wood. I got more gas for my chainsaw, so I'm gonna be out there cutting up some trees, and I'm gonna lay my phone out, and it's gonna be still in town, so I'll have enough service. It's literally down the street from my house. It's just some old guy that wants me to help him with his tree, so I'm gonna cut that up tomorrow, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I'll try to get myself a little more sleep before that. And yep, Cheers, my friend. It's been nice talking to you guys. This is actually I actually had a good time talking with you guys. Got into a lot with lot. Got to talk more in depth than usual. So, mm, yeah, I remember you. I think I have a terrible memory, but I am heading off. I will see you guys tomorrow. I got to get me a little bit of sleepy poo because I'm going to be up at 7 in the morning, and I'm going to go live probably around like 8 or 9 in the morning while I chop up a tree, and I'll probably be out there for a good 6 to 8 hours because it's a pretty big tree. So it just depends because I don't have a truck. I'm going to be carrying off loads in a wheelbarrow basically to my house. So I'm basically going to be cutting the tree, taking pieces to my house, cutting the tree, taking pieces to my house. And it's a couple blocks away from my house, so it's going to be a lot of back and forth action. So it's going to be fun. Good night, Oak Jillian. Good night, Mars. It's been nice talking to you guys. Good seeing you again. It's been a pleasure talking. It's been a pleasure for both of you guys. Oh yeah, it's likely morning there. For Mars. Yeah. Well, you guys have a wonderful time. I will see you guys on what will be my tomorrow, and I I had fun talking, guys. It's been great. Y'all, I'll see you again. Y'all be good. Have a good one. Bye.